And that's not even all of them. Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we are going to be talking about doing a brief history of every Tomb Raider game there is, which there is a lot of them. Some better than others, but we'll talk about those. So up first, releasing in 1996, we have the original Tomb Raider, released on the PS1 and Dreamcast, as well as some other platforms as well, mainly PS1. And then a year later, 1997, we have Tomb Raider 2. Another year later, we have Tomb Raider 3. After this, because Eidos was working a lot with Sony at the time, Sony wanted to make the series exclusive to PlayStation, and it remained exclusive until 2000, I think. So, because of that exclusivity, the next two were only on the PlayStation. Until what will be recently, I guess. Up next, we have Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation in the year 2000, as well as Tomb Raider Chronicles, also releasing in the year 2000. Now, 2001 and 2002 were a weird years for Tomb Raider. In 2001, we got a Game Boy Tomb Raider releasing only on the Game Boy, and then in 2002, we got one releasing on the Game Boy Advance. In 2001, we got Tomb Raider: Curse of the Sword, and in 2002, we have The Prophecy. I had to look at the names because these are the ones I don't have. There wasn't a main console game until 2003 with Tomb Raider: The Angel of Darkness, which had mixed reception. It's okay, and it is actually getting a remaster soon, which I will talk about towards the end. But it's okay. The controls were not good for the time. They were bad. The voice acting, though, was pretty good for it being in 2003.
You really have made a mess of things, haven't you?
Who for? The stalker who stole my painting? What do you need with the painting?
Maybe I'll explain later, Ms. Croft. But for now, I need to go and turn the power back on.
Leaving me here?
You've caused enough problems over the last 2 days. Safer for everyone if you stay in one place for a while. You'll be okay in there.
It's getting a remaster. Thank God, because that game needs it bad. I don't hate it. I played a little bit of it, but God, the controls are god awful. There was another 2-year gap in 2004 and 2005 for a Tomb Raider release, but in 2006, we got Tomb Raider Legend on the PS2, as well as the Xbox, I think. Then, a year later, in 2007, we got Tomb Raider Anniversary on the PS2, as well as other platforms. This is a weird European release that has kind of special stuff. So if it looks a little weird, that's because it is a little weird. Tomb Raider Underworld, the next one, is the same way. They're a little bit of a different release. But Tomb Raider Underworld was the first one released on the PS3, and this is where the PS2 could not run Tomb Raider games very well. In Tomb Raider Underworld on the PS2, they had to cut out a lot of content because it just did not run well. So they were starting to kind of strip out stuff. I will link a video if I can find it again, where they kind of talk about that. The PS3 got all three of the last ones, Tomb Raider Legend, Anniversary, and Underworld, in 2011 with Tomb Raider Trilogy, which is probably the best way to play all three of those games. The only one I don't like is Anniversary. And Anniversary is just a remake of the first Tomb Raider game, but I'm just not a fan of it. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I really liked Legend and I really like Underworld, but Anniversary, people say it's like the best one, but I'm not a fan of it. I did not enjoy that game, but that's not what this video is about. In 2013, we have Tomb Raider. This is the definitive edition. There was also a PS3 version that had a Game of the Year edition I've talked about in that another video, and I will link that in the description of this one and put it in one of the cards. Though these next three are a whole different thing. It just gets kind of complicated. In 2015, for the Tomb Raider anniversary, the 20th anniversary, we got Rise of the Tomb Raider, which is probably my favorite one out of the newest three. The first Tomb Raider in 2013 is kind of, I don't know, it feels totally different, but than the next two after it. I don't know what it is, because I think they were still trying to find out what Tomb Raider was gonna be in the 2013 one, and they finally found the identity, I feel like, in Rise of the Tomb Raider. I don't know, the 2013 one feels kind of weird to me. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you guys feel that same way, if you think the 2013 Tomb Raider is just kind of weird. Kind of has a weird vibe to it. Anyway, in 2018, we got Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which was the final of this new trilogy, the reboot trilogy. And this one is also very good. People usually say this or Rise is the best one. Personally, I like Rise, but Shadow is very good as well. Now, before I get to the remasters and the upcoming remaster, actually next month as I'm recording this, we're going to talk about some of the spin-off games, and there's not too many of them. There's a few. I guess you could count the Game Boy games as spin-offs. They kind of are, but I don't know. I don't know if they're considered canon or not. I think they are. I'll have to double check. But in 2010, we got Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light, which was like a top-down kind of Diablo-style game. I've played a little bit of it. I wasn't that interested in it. And then 2014, we got Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris, I think? Yeah, Osiris. And that one is also the similar thing of top-down kind of thing. It's okay. In 2015, we got Lara Croft Relic Run, which was basically just an iOS game like Temple Run, kind of clone of that. Also in 2015, we got Lara Croft Go, which was a puzzle game, which there was actually a few that came out at the time that like that. There was also like Hitman Go, I think. I don't know, just kind of weird. Feels like a weird choice. Or maybe it's kind of fitting for Tomb Raider. You do puzzles a lot. In 2023, we got Tomb Raider Reloaded, which was like a weird iOS game. I never played it. Also in 2023, we got the Lara Croft Collection, which had the last three main series games, being Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider, all on one. Now, last year, we got a remaster of the first three games. That being Tomb Raider 1 to 3 Remastered. And announced for February, and as I'm recording this is January of 2025, dating the video. Anyway, in February, we are getting Tomb Raider 4 to 6, which would be The Last Revelation, Chronicles, and Angel of Darkness. Now, the Angel of Darkness one is what really makes me want this. And I do plan to play 1 to 3 Remastered eventually, and then 4 to 6 as well. So, that is a brief history of the Tomb Raider franchise and all of its games. Now, I'm really hoping they do more with this franchise in the future, but its future's kind of unknown at this point. It's kind of in limbo, I feel like. I was surprised we managed to get 1 to 3 Remastered and then a 4 to 6 Remastered. Like, I never expected that, but we got it, and it's great. Let me know in the comments what you think of these games. Which one you like the most? If you've played any of them, I'm sure you've played one of them. There's a lot of them. Yeah, that's gonna do it for today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.